How does it occur that you join Merauder?
I ran into Sob and I hadn't seen him in a while. He came out the train station and I'm walking down St. Mark's, And he goes, yo, you want to try for Merauder? I'm like, yeah, fuck. And he goes, I'll get you the demo. So like 3 days later, I went and sang the set. We took it from there. And 3 months later, we get the deal with Century Media, and it was history. I never in my life set out to do any of this. And it's all falling into my hands. Like I never set out to be in a band. I f***ed around with music and, stuff, but like all this shit just fell in my hands. Like it was destined to be that.
Yeah. Hello, welcome. It's HardLore time. How you doing, Bo?
I'm doing very well, Colin. Who do we have today?
It's a very special day. This could not be more years in the making, some would say. We have the vocalist of a band we talk about every week here, a band we love so much, a band whose first album we love so much we turned it into an adjective, if you can believe it. This is the master killer of podcast episodes. Here to celebrate 30 years of probably our favorite record ever, Merauder vocalist Jorge Rosado.
Welcome, are you, sir?
Pleasure, brother. Pleasure.
Thanks
for
a
having
day.
me.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Yeah.
Like he said, we've been talking about your band, multiple records for years now.
Yeah.
How was FYA for you yesterday? How'd that feel?
It was great, man. I mean, other than the food being a little expensive and shit, I spent a lot of fucking money yesterday, man.
Sure.
Other than that, I mean, everything's great, man.
Set felt good.
The lineup was amazing.
Insane.
The energy of the crowd was insane. I always worry about my own set with the age and everybody, and we have new guys in the band. We haven't even really rehearsed with them yet. We have Mark Rizzo and Eli from Bitter End and Hard Side.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and he's nervous as fuck.
Was
at
Mark
every show.
stage
My
right
drummer,
guitar
because he's
player?
a big Merauder fan. He got life paint tattooed on. He's like, oh my God, I'm playing in the band that. He's also the person that they modeled their whole thing around the band, which is I'm grateful for. I never knew as a frontman, I have bands that I'm influenced by, but I never thought I would be on that side of the fence, having kids. Yeah, bro, it's like even young kids. I'm like,
we're telling them, man.
We're out here every week. Man.
Every week.
I'm
hey!
like, yeah.
But
so
it's because of
like,
the work. The work is all you needed.
The longevity and stuff. I mean, we didn't really put out as much that we wanted to, but I mean, shit happens. But we're still here.
Yeah.
We still have opportunities.
Absolutely.
Do you remember when we met, Jorge?
The Ruckus, when you was with Ruckus, right?
Yeah.
That was on that tour.
Yeah. Do you remember what you used to call me? You had a nickname for me.
Fuck.
Think about it. It was good. It was good. It stuck with me for a little bit, but not beyond you. Think about it. Think about little me behind that drum kit. Think about you asking me to play drums at This Is Hardcore this year, 1 year, but I couldn't afford my plane ticket. Who did you ask? You didn't ask Colin. You asked McLovin.
Oh.
I see it.
Yeah.
From the Valley, too.
McLovin, dude.
Wow.
So thanks for that. Do you remember on that tour what you told me your favorite movie of all time was?
What, the Warriors?
No.
Ooh, which one?
Tropic Thunder.
Oh. Well, after I saw Tropic Thunder, it was a battle between the Warriors and Tropic. Well, when it comes to the violence and stuff like that type of movie, I go with the Warriors. When it comes to like comedy and shit like that, Tropic Thunder, man, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Who's the coolest gang? Who's your favorite gang in the Warriors besides the Warriors?
I like the Ford and Baldies, man.
Yeah.
Baldies was the shit, man, and the Lizzies.
The Lizzies were cool.
I would have gone in that room. I wouldn't have ran out. I would have stood there like, hell yeah, guys, do what you want to do.
Were the Baldies the guys in the bus?
Yeah. Ford and Baldies. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That scene was great when they
that's
came
good.
down the aisle and they just fucking. He went when he gave him the finger and he tried to hit him with the 2x4. And just fucking great.
This is exactly how he described Tropic Thunder to me. So I'm glad you're as passionate about the Warriors. Let's go back in time here.
Okay.
Tell me about Jorge the young lad before music? Are you from Brooklyn originally?
Born and raised in Brooklyn. There was periods where I was fluctuating back and forth. There was a time in the 80s. This is how I got into metal and rock and anything like that. Because I went to Puerto Rico, I was a break dancer, you know.
Really?
I went to break dancing, popping, doing all this shit. And, you know, I went there, I think in 80, 81, came back like 83.
Okay.
And that's where I got into metal. First record some kid gave me, you know, I think we traded something. And it was Alice Cooper, School's Out.
Yeah, hell
you
yeah.
know, with them looking like
Yeah,
they're
of course.
mobsters and
Yeah,
that artwork.
yeah.
So heavy metal was first for you.
Yeah, so
Straight
heavy
up.
metal was first, and then I got into the Iron Maiden and Sabbath, and so that was, you know, I was doing that for a while, you know.
Sure.
And so when I came back to New York, like in '83, I had a neighbor that lived next door. Well, all the brothers were on the gang. They were hellburners. They were like in this street gang, sort of like a street gang and MC afterwards. But you know, they've been through a lot of shit. He was the only dude that I knew that listened to any metal. But he was listening to like Merciful Faith, Blood Feast, and
okay.
you know, a lot of Maiden too. You know, but he had more underground stuff in his repertoire
Okay.
than the kids of Puerto Rico. They're more like the mainstream metal bands. But then that's when I started getting into like Blood Feast and bands like that, and even that band called Hellstar from back in the days, Run with the Pack, you know that song?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know they were from here. They might have been from Colombians or something like that. And,
So heavy, aggressive underground music was
Yeah,
connected with you very early in life.
Oh yeah, not until I met some skinheads on the train. Well, we almost got into an altercation on the train.
Sure.
You know, me and my boy, long hair, we were kind of doing like the biker thing. You know, but we like metal, you know. And we went to go see some girls. We went on a train, we seen a pack of skinheads that were looking at us, giving us dirty looks, and we're like, you know, we're two Puerto Ricans from the hood, we're like, fuck these motherfuckers, you know? If they want to come, let them come, you know? So we ended up getting off the train, they ended up staying. We're hanging out in this house, and this one girl's like, yeah, I'm waiting for my boyfriend to come.
Oh.
So later on, he comes.
No.
And he's one of the skinhead dudes on the train. Wow. So when he walks in, he looks right at me, and I look right at him, and I go, and we just start fucking laughing. His name was Richie, Big Richie, Puerto Rican Italian kid. He was a crazy motherfucker, man. And I still love him to this day, man, because he to me like introduced me to a whole new world, you know.
Sure, he showed you a ton of the local
and
bands?
the whole Sunset Skinhead crew, you know. And I was hanging out with them for a while, but I never wanted to cut my hair. I didn't want to be a skinhead and doing all that. I was just, you know, they liked me because I brawled a lot and I danced hard and I had long hair and I was a Boricua, but that was like the only long hair they liked, you know.
Sure.
You know, I mean, well, not really, but you know, if you was in a band, like, you know, the regular hardcore dudes had long hair that we fuck with, but there was always a confrontation with metalheads and stuff, you know. And but we got along great. And we started hanging out, and they were always threatening to cut my hair. Oh, you're gonna fall asleep, we're gonna shave your head, and it never happened. And then one day I just showed up to CB's, and they're looking down the block. And like, who the fuck is this skinhead motherfucker coming? I'm like, did it myself.
Wow.
And you gotta see their face. They're like, ah! It's like if, you know, won the Super Bowl or some shit, you know. And the only motherfucker that was mad was Minus.
Really?
He was like, you cut off that beautiful hair. What the fuck you doing, bro?
Because he never cut it, right?
No, he had a shaved head back in the day, you know, but he thought the hair was cool. He was trying to grow his hair back, you know. He's like, you cut your hair, man. He was like, no, you stupid asshole. And they're like, you're not going to get no pussy no more. Which I think it helped.
Sure. So around that time, you're full, your skin, the skin is out, the hair is gone. Are there early bands you're connecting with locally? Well,
I started going to the, you know, started hanging out and like bands like Leeway, and always hanging outside with Mike Gitter, and he's always offering me donuts. I don't know why every time I ran into Mike Gitter, I mean, not Mike Gitter, sorry.
Mike Gitter, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Mike Gitter, oh my God, I said Mike Gitter shit, works with you.
Yeah, he's our guy, he's our buddy.
Well, anyway, he always had a fucking box of donuts. He's like, yo, you want donuts?
Mike Gitter?
No, fucking Mike from Leeway.
Oh, okay.
Guitar player Mike. Sorry.
Okay.
Not Mike Gitter. Mike never had donuts. You always had fucking donuts, always offered me donuts. And I was like, this motherfucker with the donuts already. Like, you know. But I mean, we hung out. It was always the hardcore bands like Leeway. We were all friends. Okay. Almost everybody from the hardcore scene. I almost knew.
Was there a division between the Brooklyn hardcore scene and the city, like CBs and stuff?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I mean,
what about Queens?
I mean, we as Sunset Skins kind of alienated a lot of people. We were trouble.
You were moshing hard. You were moshing.
Well, it was just more than just moshing.
Okay.
It was just we were like, you know, we were looking for trouble.
Okay.
And it was just a different era. There was nothing else to do.
Yeah,
you know, motherfuckers got video games. We you know, we had going outside and brawling. You know, brawls and pussy. You know, like.
What's your first band? What's the first band you ever sing for? Do you sing? Or have you ever played an instrument, or have you only been a front man?
I started with a guitar.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody brought me that guitar because we weren't gonna be able to afford no guitars. I didn't really know much about instruments, but I mean, I had two friends on my block that were like the metalheads in my block too. You know, Edwin Lamboy and Ralph. Yeah. So they always had guitars and stuff and. But somebody bought me a guitar. I can't remember who the fuck. But once I found out I had to buy strings and an amp, and I'm like, oh, I gotta spend money. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm gonna be a singer. What do singers need? Nothing. I'm like, good. I'm singing.
So it was financial decision to be
so
the
I've been
singer
playing lately. Like I had a guitar. I was in there for 20 years. I got it fixed, and I've been trying to play some of the Marauder songs, you know.
They're hard to play.
They're tough.
Yeah, they're tough, man. Yeah, they're tough. I'm struggling like a motherfucker, man. I still in the beginning of one of the songs. I was trying to get to the other part, but you know.
Once you get that digga-digga-dat and Master Killer, then you'll feel real good.
Man. Anthony was cool, man. Sob, but they had that cool chemistry because they came from two different backgrounds, you know. Anthony was more like a Def Leppard, you know, glam hair guy.
Really?
Yeah, he liked the, you know, thrash shit and stuff
you could hear
like that.
In the leads.
Bark at the Moon.
Yeah. You can.
Yeah.
And so I was more, you know,
death metal guy. Right?
Death metal and hardcore, and you know. And
So where do you meet Sob? When do you meet Sob?
I met Sob when I was hanging out with the Sunset Skins, and we're like, yo, we're gonna meet. And I met Sob. He was standing in front of Lemoore's for the first time, and he fucking. I think he was just like annoyed at something because we came like, yo, and he was like, ah. And I'm like, all right, that was quick. You know, like, you know, but we ended up becoming boys, and you know.
Very quickly?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I had loose screws. We all had loose screws. And you're like, yeah, you know, we all fit.
Yeah, of course. Wow.
You know, we all should be hanging together. But, you know, I mean, but, you know, it was because of I think because of the whole Latino thing, we always kind of look for each other, no matter where we go. Even here, like, I've been approached by so many, you know, other people than, you know, Cubans and Colombians, like, oh, but I always try to represent for all Latinos, but back then in the days, you know, you didn't find too many of us. So we always looked for each other, and when we did, we stuck together.
Especially
you know?
in the punk hardcore scene.
Yeah,
like
you know.
that.
Well, in the punk hardcore, and the metal scene, more in the punk hardcore scene, you know, I don't think nobody even gave a fuck.
Okay, cool.
You know, we had, because, you know, it was about beating yourself. Nobody really cared, you know, and I felt like I felt more at home in the hardcore scene than I did in the metal scene. To me, the metal scene was more just entertainment. You know?
People watching.
People watching, stuff like that. And after the show, there's not really much. You go party, this, that. But there was nothing. But I found more than that in hardcore.
Community.
You know,
community.
and we had, like, you know, back in the days, people would do like little activist things and events and stuff in between bands, and you know, when they would change, they'd do changeovers, they would come out, yo, we're having this, and a protest rally, this, that, we're doing this for this, and somebody needs help, or whatever. But you know, you don't really see it anymore. You know, I mean, I know it's rough, and especially something like this, you don't really do stuff like. I mean, it runs on time. You know. But for the smaller shows, you don't really see it too much.
It's out there. You just you got to find it.
Yeah, you got to go to the smaller shows. I
for
guess,
sure.
You know, I don't go to any fucking shows. You know, I go.
You play them. You know. So, do you see the bands from Brooklyn like Carnivore, Confusion, Life of Agony, Biohazard, all taking off kind of at the same time and putting Brooklyn on the map a little bit? Does that inspire you or light a fire under your ass to
yeah, I mean, so much came out of Brooklyn, and there was always, I mean, I mean, Carnivore to me was the very first metalcore band.
Fuck yeah.
I
Like
mean,
definitively.
definitively,
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I mean, you know, I kind of feel like Merauder kind of try to pick off where they left off, not like music wise, you know, but that whole energy,
Spiritual,
you know, and the whole Brooklyn and putting Brooklyn back on the map, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, and a lot of other great. I mean, Queens too, man. And there was those bands that had the mixture of Brooklyn and Queens dudes together, and there was always, you know, and you know, I mean, back then New York, there was a lot of coming out of New York, and you know, Long Island had a lot of great bands too, and the Bronx, and I mean, there was a lot of coming out of New York. I don't see it coming out of New York like now as much. There's still a lot of bands, but nobody's making as much noise. I don't think the clubs are even opening doors like that, like to New York anymore, like that.
Long Island is popping off. You know, Brooklyn's got stuff.
We gotta go to Long Island to go to shows, man. It's crazy.
It is. Early moshing.
Yeah.
We've been breaking down the genealogy of the spin kick, of the karate mosh. Tell me through your eyes the origin of the karate mosh.
Well, I've had this conversation a lot with a lot of people throughout the years, man. And kicks were always a part of the heart of the, you know, throw people through like those, but there was always those
Skanking, circle pin,
kick, almost like a hardcore kicking, like that straight edge kick, boo, you know.
Yeah.
But doing roundhouses, you know, like 4 or 5 at a time, and you know, and running out and doing little spinning kicks and just boom, little spinning side kicks to people's ribs. Yeah, I kind of.
The innovator.
I kind of feel like I did a lot of it more than anybody else. You
Really?
know? Yeah.
Would you say it was you and Sob?
I'm gonna say me, Sob, minus. There was about less than 10 of us.
And 30% of them were in Merauder.
Yeah. Three of them were in Merauder. And yeah. I mean, damn, I used to dance hard too.
Yeah.
You know?
You still
but
do.
But the karate shit came from me.
Okay.
Yeah. And a couple other people were doing it, but they didn't train. But they were just good at throwing kicks. You know? But I was actually training at that time.
You were training in martial arts at the time?
Yeah, I was training with Laurent Dabli, this French Muay Thai dude. But he wasn't teaching Muay Thai. But we learned a little on the side. Okay. You know, he was just trying to teach us more like kickboxing style, you know.
Is that where later on, when I had seen Merauder, this would be kind of early mid 2000s, where you're shadow boxing and stuff? Is it coming from that?
Yeah, I do that to warm up, you know.
No, but one of my favorite, I know we're not there yet, but one of my favorite moves of all time is you throwing the mic out to the crowd, just like, fuck it, you sing it, and then you're shadow boxing. That's one of the coolest things I can like conceptualize.
Yeah, I mean,
does that come from just training and just you were always into martial arts?
Yeah, just training.
Now, are you doing the karate moves and leveling up the mosh to defend yourself from the big scary skinheads? Or is it just style?
No, I just loved it because when I was a kid in Puerto Rico, I boxed. Okay. You know, when I came back, then I took Taekwondo, and then the instructor robbed everybody, left and took all the money. We were waiting for class one day, and just the beginning of the month too, you know, when everybody phased.
Oh, man.
The motherfucker just took off. So I found a kickboxing school, and I went there. And but I've always loved it, and I do stuff on my own. I always watch. I'm all these fight forums and chats, and I'm always watching all the pros, and I watch all the old guys, and I always watch drills and new methods, and I always try to incorporate them, add them on, and I always try to keep myself loose and limber. I never try to get big because I always wanted to be like, you know, light on my feet and fast, you know. I did the weight training at one point, and I got sluggish, man. I got up to 180 pounds. I'm 150 always, 150, 155. The most.
So are you just purely calisthenics?
Yeah, I run too much, bro. I do 7 miles. I'll run, and I don't eat that much. And running, I mean, weightlifting, you have to have a big food consumption. So I love to eat, and I'll eat a lot at one sitting, but I'm not eating.
But you're burning those calories running. You know?
Yeah, you know, and I eat throughout the day, but just I nitpick at shit.
Yeah,
I don't actually sit and have a meal.
Sure.
But when I was working as a maintenance man, I'm doing the sanitation work. You know, I'm cleaning a whole beach by hand with 2 or 3 other guys, and we're loading all that shit. By the time 9 o'clock comes, I'm starving. I'm drenched in sweat in the summertime. You know, and which was fucking me up too, because that's why I quit my job to do the band, because. physically it was fucking me up. I was having all these back problems, you know, in and out of the truck. I fell off the truck a couple of times.
Oh, no.
A couple of acid. The back metal door of the truck fell off and fell on my foot. I thought it broke my foot in half, and it didn't break anything.
Good.
It's crazy, bro. I went
It's
back
all
to
the
work the
moshing.
next day, you know.
All that moshing.
Yeah, so was there any specific moment where you remember thinking to yourself, I'm in this pit, I'm going to throw a roundhouse kick?
Do you remember what band was playing?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you threw the first spin kick?
So I couldn't really tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably one of my first times going to CB's. But,
So was
you
that
know,
C-
I think, you know...
It wouldn't be the Crazy Country Club?
Right.
Wow, dude, I haven't been there, shit. Wow.
It's a bank now.
I live right by there.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm in that neighborhood. I go by it all the time. I say that's what it
We
used to
stopped
be.
there with Tom Sheehan and just talked
We
about
just talked about
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, I saw Merauder at the Crazy Country Club.
Interesting. Tell me about early Merauder before you were in the band.
I wasn't really... I was bouncing back and forth a lot, you know. I'm gonna say I'm first a street kid before a hardcore kid.
Okay.
Because even during the hardcore, I always went back to the neighborhood,
Sure.
you know, and my neighborhood was trying to always kick me out. You know, the guys in my block are like, yo, what are you doing? You know, especially when I started doing bands and music, like, yo, you do music? They didn't even, you know, I'm doing little bullshit bands. They think, they don't know nothing.
Yeah,
they think
yeah.
I'm, you know, doing big shit. They're like, yo, get out of this neighborhood. Don't fucking come back here. We don't want, you know, like, for some reason, people in my neighborhood never wanted me to be involved in shit. I was going through moments where I was having a rough time in my neighborhood. I was acting out a lot. I don't have no brothers. I was on my own. And there was an attempt on my life, man.
Wow.
That's why I don't diss spirituality, because something saved me, and it wasn't anything physical, wasn't anything human. Like something was coming towards me. Danger was coming to me. Something was letting me know that my legs were giving up. I was walking down the street to the point that I couldn't walk anymore.
Whoa.
And I'm like, yo, am I going paralyzed? This is happening in broad daylight. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm walking funny. I'm like, I don't know what to do but drop. So I dropped to the floor. That's when the car slowed up and those motherfuckers went bang, bang,
Whoa.
bang, bang. They took 4 shots at me. And they just get drove right in front of everybody in my neighborhood. So my legs came right up. I see all the dudes in my corner. I see one of my friends, homie, a new June, but a little tiniest Puerto Rican, you know, he's like this. Pulls out a gun. He's like, yo, what's going on? I didn't even stop to talk, bro, because I don't even know who the fuck that was.
Yeah, yeah.
And for like almost a year, I was like, I would call people in the corner. I'm like, yo, meet me at my door. And have them walk me to the store.
Stoop kid.
Till this day, I don't know who did that.
Wow.
Who did that? I could speak about that in the hardcore scene because they had nothing to do with hardcore before hardcore. But I don't talk about it in my neighborhood. I don't go to bars and talk about it because motherfucker be sitting right next to me. Oh, that was you, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh,
Blah.
yeah.
And I don't even know what I did. We did a lot of fighting, but
Sure. And that, you know, that'll do it sometimes.
Wow.
But I remember you and I had a conversation.
maybe I was confused with somebody else.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you're talking about spirituality in that instance. Years later, you and I would have a conversation about Downfall of Christ, and you were explaining the song to me and said, and I quote, "And I didn't even believe in God yet, yo." And I think about that all the time. Do you believe in God now? Do you think?
Not what people perceive it to be.
Yeah.
I believe it as a form of energy.
Sure.
So if you try to be godly, try to better yourself in all aspects, like you just prove who you are, and in all different parts, your mind, your body, the way you speak, you talk, your knowledge. You know, I mean, as a form of that. But I've been let down by all these religions lately, man. I don't even know what the fuck to think anymore. I feel that if you just be normal, be a human being. You know the difference between right and wrong, right?
Yeah.
You're not hurting, you're not abusing children, you're not killing innocent people, then you're all right. I don't know, everybody makes these mistakes. Whatever I've fucking been through, it's not nothing new, you know? So
Good
I
answer.
try not to get beat up about it, thinking like, oh, I'm such a fucking piece of shit, I'm an outcast. Right? Look what things I shouldn't have never did that in my life. I'm a motherfucker, like I've done that shit a million times. Don't feel bad. Shit happens. But I never did anything that was dishonorable. I could always hold my head up and be like, never put my hands on fucking children. I never did shit. And I see a lot of motherfuckers coming out of the New York hardcore scene that have done that and court cases. And I'm like, wow. Wow.
Now,
Scumbag.
we never got to meet Sob.
Really?
And so I was wondering if there were any stories that come to mind. So the first sob stories that come to mind that you'd want to share about him. Just
Yes,
even
sir.
to us, you know, he's such a mythical figure.
Yeah,
to us.
mythical is good.
Sob was Sob. Sob didn't give a fuck about nobody. Oh, all right, I'll tell you what. Sob took, man, I yelled at him for this,
Okay.
but it was fun at the same time. So he takes me to Lemore's, and I'm with a girl, skinhead chick. And I have a book bag with me, and I have like maybe about 6 feet of chain, like big thick chain in there, wrapped up. All I had in that bag. You know, I couldn't wear it, walk around with a big fat chain, you know,
Yeah.
but I had a chain in there. So I don't know. So me and Sob takes me to Lemore's. Some band called Grim Allegiance or Grim Alliance.
Okay.
They could have been maybe a little,
Oh.
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
So Sob went over there, took me over there to confront somebody. This
Did
dude
he
named
tell you he
Carp-
was doing that?
Not really. Not really, man. And when we got there and I saw the band playing, I'm like, yo, we shouldn't even be here with these fucking motherfuckers. They're like, yo, I gotta talk to somebody. So he went to talk to the singer of that band. There was a problem with him, and his dude's name was Carmelo. I think his name was Carmelo. Stocky kid dude. And so I was like, but there was some words, I'm watching the whole thing. Next thing you know, we're at the bar and we get surrounded. We get surrounded. They were like a bunch of metalheads, and overnight they became skinheads, and they surrounded us.
Okay.
There was a lot of them. Yeah, fucking big boys. So I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So I start going for my chain in the bag. Next thing you know, Sob disappears. He left me by myself, surrounded by these dudes. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I'm
Indiana
almost
Jones.
Roy
Yes,
Rogers.
Indiana Jones.
I'm like Roy Rogers. With that chain, and you know, trying to create a perimeter. I'm like, what the fuck? All of a sudden, Sob comes flying because Lemore's had a higher part, and you know, it was like the part was a little bit more. Yo, he jumps from the fucking with a milk crate, and catches homie right in the face. Yo, for some reason I saw it in slow mo. I don't know why. It was like, I just.
The milk crate?
Called right in the face, and now they're fucking now I'm like, I really gotta I'm like, what's up, motherfucker? So Esteban, a band called Mr. Pickle.
Wow.
Mr. Pickle, Esteban, and Joe, the bounce, Joe, one of the bouncers from that club, Lamar. He was a cool dude, Big Joe. Esteban had his car in the back, and they took us to the back, and we ran out the back. Wow. And Esteban brought us back to Sob's neighborhood, to Sunset Park. We went and got Sob's brother and went to the park and picked up like a whole crew board. We came back like 4 carloads full of people. And we almost jumped Ken Creedy in the front. Because like, you know these motherfuckers. He was like, yo. We had bats and everything. We were ready to fucking cause trouble. Yeah,
They were out of there?
Yeah, so something else happened after that.
Okay.
I think the time that we went with the Sunset Skins, we went into the Italian neighborhood. Like 18th Avenue around there, that's really Brooklyn, right by Lemore's. So we went to go fight, and we ended up fighting the neighborhood. All Italian dudes. One dude pulled out a police badge.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, man, I remember Karate Chris getting hit.
Karate Chris.
And we all got separated. And I mean, the Italian neighborhood, mob neighborhood,
Yeah,
and
they'll
they were
get ya.
fucking coming out by the tons.
Yeah.
And we out there fucking 18 years old fighting grown ass men, bang, 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 and they hitting us, and we boom, boom, and I'm like, we had to separate it, and I was a little. I'm like, yo, we gotta get the fuck out of here. These group bars are gonna take us. You think you're fucking white guy?
Yeah.
Come on, and end up in the fucking water somewhere, you know?
Yeah. They have those beautiful Italian leather shoes. They can't get them stained, you know. They gotta.
Yeah, so yeah, we, those are fun.
Okay, that was great. Thank you for sharing.
Good memories.
Sob was Sob.
Sob did a lot of crazy shit, man.
So tell me about hearing the Merauder demo with Minus for the first time. What were your thoughts on just hearing the band?
Yeah.
As a
Actually, I never heard the demo.
Really?
Oh, really?
To this day?
Well, no, I've heard of them afterwards. I saw them live before before the demo.
What'd you think?
I heard the demo years later when I joined them after I joined them. Yeah. It was different. It was a lot slower. It was they had it was the song seemed totally different.
Yeah. Life is pain.
Yeah, but I mean,
They needed the fucking.
it was good. I mean, they started to create a buzz with that, and that was good. I mean, I was a fan. We were all fans, and they were all brothers. and no matter what, we're gonna support him. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
And you're doing Full Contact at this time, or shortly after, because it seems like Full Contact was before joining Merauder.
yeah, you're right. I met the okay, so there was, I think there might have been 2 versions of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did one with these 2 twin brothers from Italy, and then I did that Full Contact with was it Joe Branson 40 in that band?
It was short.
No, that
it
was
short,
Awful
right?
Truth.
Ah.
Awful Truth. That was like a thrash band with Joe Branson 40 that played in Dark Side
Nice.
Okay.
and Disassociate. Played in Dark Side Disassociate.
Yeah.
He and yeah. Fuck, I don't. Damn, that's a hard one, bro.
Well, Full Contact was very short, right? It was a short band.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember. Did I play with? Okay, hold on. Oh, you might know. You might be better at this than me. Okay, so wait a minute. When I was, well, no, that was before Merauder. No, was it after? It was after.
Is
The
it?
Full Contact demo came out after Merauder, right?
Okay. I would think it would be. I don't know if it was after you. Were you doing both bands at the same
Anybody
time?
have an answer?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But how does it occur that you join Merauder?
Yeah.
How do you join Merauder?
Because you're assuming they heard a Full Contact demo.
That, or I mean, that's
say,
just
"Oh,
their
we
friend.
should-"
Their friend Jorge
Well,
from around town.
right.
You know?
Sob had, yeah, you're right. When I was playing Full Contact, it was the other version with the twins. Sob had saw me at Bond Street Cafe. He was like, yo, are you fucking whatever? And he was, oh, you know, I mean, he's always dissing everybody else, but he didn't diss me. He goes, yo, kid suck, man, whatever. But he goes, you were great, all this anyway. But anyway, I was with my a girl back in the days. I'm walking down the street, and then I guess they were having their issues with Merauder, and that's when I ran into Sob, and I haven't seen him in a while. He goes, yo, he came out the train station, and I'm walking down St. Mark's, you know, and he was like, yo, what's up? And he goes, yo, you still singing? And I'm like, yeah, fucking around and shit. And he goes, yo, you want to try for Merauder? I'm like, yeah, fuck. And he goes, I'll get you the demo. So like 3 days later, I went and sang the set, you know, and I had like 80% of it down, and it worked out great. And it was just from there on, it was just madness.
So you knew you had that voice? Like, how did you find that voice?
Well, I was always singing other people's shit. I was always singing bands. Man, I would sing a diversity of stuff from like Motley Crue to Flotsam and Jetsam and Slayer, and so I would try different types of voices. So I kind of trained my voice to go have some range, you know. Plus, I grew up with R&B and hip hop and Latin music, so I'm always singing, you know, you got a little. So singing was always in my surroundings, you know. There was always music and there was always dance and that kind of atmosphere. I used to be a break dancer in the beginning back in the days, and then I started rapping a little bit. You know, I was in that whole hip hop shit, and Puerto Rico found the metal and all that. But how did I find Merauder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
How does Minus leave, and how do you get in?
Well, I mean, it was just destiny, bro. I happened to be walking on the street and Sob happened to be coming up, and I haven't seen him in a couple of years.
Wow.
Like, and he was like, that's when he saw me, he was like, yo, Jorge, you still singing? I'm like, yeah. He goes, and we took it from there. And 3 months later, we get the deal with Century Media.
Yeah.
You know, and it was history.
And it was-
I mean, we had some legendary shows and moments, man. I mean, I remember when the first time we played Castle, when Sob attacked Rick on stage and I had to attack both of them. We had a fight in the middle of the show, and the kids in Castle Gym were like, "The fuck is going on?"
During your set?
And we went right back to playing.
Wow.
Something happened when Rick Lopez was fucking mad at Sob, and Sob was fucking mad at Rick, and Rick's like, and Sob's on the other side punching shit, and I'm like, what? And I'm singing, I'm turning around going, fuck, and next thing you know, Sob fucking attacks Rick in the middle of the show. And I'm like, motherfucker, I've got to fucking tackle them. And Anthony hides behind the amp, oh shit, you know, and Vinny at that time was like, but we had a great show. We used that energy and fucking took it out on the songs afterwards.
So you said 3 months later you're signed to Century Media, and your first order of business in the band basically is recording Master Killer.
Yeah. That's why I was very shy on that record, man. I'm gonna tell you,
Shy.
I held back on my vocals because if you listen to the Merauder Stigmata 7-inch,
Yeah.
I'm belting them, you know, and I'm using my range and everything. I kind of felt like, not in a bad way, but I kind of felt like Paris Mayhew and Vinny were like, yo, you know, they made me sound like, you know, which is cool. I'm like, I'm singing, but I'm not really giving my 100% there. And then he said something that I kind of got pissed off, like oh, you know, like you have that accent. I'm like, what fucking accent are you talking about? Because Maximum Sepultura got a really crazy, and the world loves him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The fuck you talking about? Yeah. You know? So I don't know what accent they were trying to kill. What, my New York accent? Because we all,
everybody
whether
wants
black,
that.
White, or Latino, we all sound like we're Italians in Brooklyn.
True.
We talked to Paris a couple years ago now, actually.
Yeah.
And at the end of the interview, we talked about doing Master Killer. What was the story he told us about running?
He told us that you had never run before. And
bullshit.
See, I never just did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's you know, something to do. Come on, I got a little more sense than that.
Because I boxed and trained and I worked for fucking a weed service. And I used to live in Uptown Manhattan. I used to ride from 95th Street, go hang out on the Lower East Side, go right over the Williamsburg Bridge, go to my neighborhood,
running
play handball all fucking day, smoke, hang out, go, and then 12 o'clock at night, I'm doing all that journey back. But I had crazy cardio. So that's why that run wasn't nothing. It wasn't that, you know, I've never ran before. I was always active. I had crazy cardio. I kickbox, you know, I was boxing.
Said as much too.
He says like you had the best cardio he's ever seen.
I've always had it. I just never really like ran.
Yeah, I remember grinding my feet in Eddie's couch.
That's what he meant, like,
you know,
running for the sake of running. You had never done, and then
I ran one night when they were recording, and I went out and I ran. I don't know where the fuck I'm going, so I stopped. I remember seeing like certain stores. And it was dark, it was pitch black. So every time a car would drive by, I tried to speed up because they would light up the street. I'm like, oh shit. I was a little scared, man. I was like running in dark woods. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? So I run to a spot, I name the stores that I see, and then I come right back. And I think his name was Soares, Tom Soares.
Yeah.
The engineer. I was like, I ran to a spot and I saw this store, and this. He goes, oh, that's like 6 miles. You know, and Paris goes, oh, that's 6 miles. It's just 6 miles. He goes, no, it's like 6 miles there. And then like 6 miles. He ran like 10 to 12 miles. I'm like, really? I did that shit? Because they were like, no, you were gone for a while. I'm like, I don't fucking ran to this spot, to this store.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw this and that. And then I turned right back around.
Wow.
And he was like, yo, that's fucking far.
Yeah, I think
shit. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah.
You know, I just, because I was always on the bike playing handball. You know, my running was just, I never really ran like a runner.
Yeah,
sure.
You know, and in school and gym, and if we had to do some type of track thing, but never really jogged like a marathon.
I think
or
he
went
said
running.
you were running together, and you had like Chuck Taylors on, right? Didn't he say like you just
Yeah,
threw
I
on
was
Chuck
fucked up.
and you went in front of him and were running backwards talking about the record?
Yeah, I still do that to this day. I run backwards, and it does great because it's like it's like I started doing like the bear crawls and stuff like that, and these gorilla movements for upper body strength and stuff. And when you do these movements, like especially with like the crawling shit, when you do backwards, you work in different muscles. And I feel, I'm like, oh shit. So so when I'm running, I'm doing the same shit. And I shower box when I run. And I had my neighbors one day. It was like 30 degrees outside. I had no shirt on, and I'm running backwards. And they're like, Is that Jorge? They're like, oh hell no. You're like, fuck no, fuck this dude's crazy. Like, when I got home, they're like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, running.
How much of Master Killer is written before you're in the band?
All of it.
Okay.
And half of the other record.
Right.
So, so that's why I wrote only a little bit on the next record. Then after that, so I never really, I did write, for my other bands and stuff like that, but I come to write from Merauder, like put on the spot because I'm not Vinny, you know.
So Vinny was the guy in terms of writing.
Vinny wrote a lot.
And he was the drummer.
Yeah, he was the drummer. And he wrote a lot of guitar riffs too.
Yeah, it's
really
crazy.
Yeah. So Vinny and Anthony, Sob went out to smoke a blunt. He came back and they wrote Master Killer.
The song.
Yeah, Sob came back and they already had wrote. They went out for like 15, 20 minutes, and Vinny and Anthony wrote Master Killer, and you know? And so I'm like, what the fuck? You guys wrote a song? Like, yeah, we wrote a song, let's jam it. They're like, whatever, you know.
So at this point,
That's how they told it to me. You know? I wasn't there for that. That was, you know.
Wow.
At this point, you had regrown your, as mine is called it, beautiful hair.
Did I grow my hair back? Yeah.
I mean, you had all braids.
Yeah.
All the promo.
Yeah, I did have the hair.
Iconic braids.
Yeah, I fluctuated. I shaved my head
Sure.
at one point. I let it grow, then I shaved it again. I let it grow out again. Oh, now I just gotta, you know.
Yeah, you got the thing.
Yeah,
but those are known as Marauder braids. How do you feel about that? The Master Killer demos, those are legendary. Those I think are getting officially released this year for like the first time. Tell me about those. Demoing those songs for the first time with your voice on them. How was that? Hearing that back.
Well, I don't think we did. Did we do the Master Killer demo?
I think there was a.
Yeah, we did. Well, that was the songs that we used for that. Yeah, I don't. Damn, did we?
There's demos, and I think they're officially coming out this year for the 30th anniversary.
Really?
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Oh fuck. Oh. Well, I know of the demo we did. Well, no, that wasn't. That was a demo that got turned into a record.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna jump it.
Yeah. Are you in touch with Vinny or Anthony or any of the guys from that era today?
It's really sad. This part right here. I got issues with the whole Vinny thing. I had a moment where I had to leave the band because I couldn't play of a certain thing. People have certain vices that I couldn't be around. That I you know, we used to joke about it on about him with that, but I witnessed something on tour that pushed me over the edge.
Okay.
And I mean, if it wasn't for Sob, it would have got ugly. And then I had to do these shows and not be able to make eye contact with somebody, a member of my band, you know. Yeah. So I ended up leaving, you know, and I did the whole, and Eddie came in and all that. Then when he left the band, I came back.
Okay.
But Anthony's out here somewhere. Anthony's been, I don't know if I should.
It's okay.
That's okay.
I mean, I don't know if I should put his, I mean.
You don't have to.
I've been trying to find him.
Okay.
Last I heard in 2017, somebody said that he was living like out of a box, cardboard box out here. He's out here in the streets somewhere. Okay. He's been out here for a while. Yeah, you know, the drugs and stuff, and he always had somewhat little issues. He always had problems, you know. I've always tried to help him. You know, he was always kind of nervous, and we used to call him Tony Jitters. He used to get mad, like, because he was always jittery, you know. But I mean, you know, he went downhill, and he never was able to come back up, you know. And just like a couple months ago, I spoke to his brother, and he was like, yo, this, you know, I kind of wanted to find him and try to get him out of the streets and let his family, you know, get him to his family so they can help him. But I don't even know if the family's going to be able to deal with it, because it's just like his brother's like, he needs somebody with him all the time. He can't be trusted, you know, and but not heard he's got like no use of an arm or something like that. Wow. So I'm like, damn, let's kind of
help him.
So I kind of wanted to, like, I've been struggling with this. I didn't know if I wanted to go out and publicly and put his dirt out there, but I mean, the motherfucker needs help, and he is part of this band, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for him, bro.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. You know, I feel bad for people like that, man. You know, I mean, we all been through it, but some motherfuckers never got out of there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, sucks, man. I wish the best for him, bro. Seriously.
Pardon this interruption. We hate to keep you from this amazing episode with we can only describe him as the president of HardLore, basically. The reason for the season, Jorge from Merauder. Two very important things brought you this episode. You know what I hate, Bo?
What's that, Colin?
When I go visit my friend Vic over at Mills Vintage and he has a bunch of stuff that I just need to buy.
If only there was some kind of way or code or something that would get you some money off of that.
Lucky for all of you, you can. Go to Mills Vintage USA, the greatest place on the entire internet for vintage hardcore punk metal memorabilia. Use code HardLore, get 10% off. I'm talking Marauder, Hatebreed, All Out War, Bad Brains, Cro-Mags. He's got it all. He's got the shirt Scott Vogel wore on the back of one of the Underdogs right now.
He legitimately has shirts that I have never seen before. Go on the Instagram, take a look. You're gonna be shocked at what he has had, what he currently has.
So please save me from getting more shirts and get them, please. And also sell him your stuff so that maybe I can get those instead. Yeah. Hopefully not, though. I can't do it
anymore.
But you can. Mills Vintage USA, the greatest, not only the greatest store for hardcore metal punk memorabilia, but the greatest archive. So go check it out. Look through all of the stuff on there, all the old stuff that's sold, and get inspired. This episode is also brought to you by none other than Guilty Party, the greatest menswear store in all of North America.
I got 2 pair of pants on the way. I can't wait to get up in them.
You got the Samurai Baker pants?
I got the Samurai Baker pants. I had to size up a little bit. I wore a 34. I had to size up a little bit. That's okay. And then I got the Studio DR
35. Did you go 35?
36, because let me tell you, Daddy's plump.
Good for you.
Thank you. So I had to get those. And then I got the Studio d'Artation 1950s.
Beautiful. One of the best things about pants like this is the option of getting a 35, honestly.
True.
I'm a 35, 32. You know?
Yeah.
It's a miracle. Free note, 316.
Flathead, full count, Red Wings, they got all of it.
Dude, boots, pants, jackets, shirts, belts, bags. You can change your life with a few simple things on this site. If you use code HardLore, you're going to get 10% off. You're going to get free shipping if it's expensive, and it just may be. But this stuff is built to last you your entire life. Anything I've ever gotten from Guilty Party still fits. I still wear it. I still rock it. And now it's just an essential part of my everyday.
Let us not forget that it is co-owned by none other than one of the great drummers in hardcore, Mr. Champ Hammett, the drummer of Foundation. You guys love him. You know him. Come on.
That's right. Send us a message if you need advice on pants or shirts or whatever. Send them a message. They're very knowledgeable. Go into the store and get your stuff hemmed on the spot. Use code HardLore. Have a great day. Back to the episode. Let's break down the record a little bit here.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Okay.
Time Ends.
What about it?
I just want to know your thoughts on it. You hear this? I want to know Jorge's mind. So you're walking into this record. It's already written. It's done. You hear these songs track by track. Are you thinking like, this shit is unbelievable?
Well, what's going on with the world today?
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of the lyrics, and I'm like, yo, we like a little bit ahead of the time. What the fuck was going on? Because I'm like, holy shit, you know? So every now and then I'm like, yo, I'll put a Merauder song on my page. I'm like, this is for what's going on today, cabrón. You know, Time Ends, and you know, and Besiege the Masses and stuff like that. And you know, and I mean, we've always had these issues in the world. I think that we're getting to a crucial point right now. But I mean, they're on point, these songs. I mean,
man.
They weren't written by me, but
as the guy who's had to sing them for quite a while.
I mean, I really I believe in them. I believe in them. They're realistic songs, and they're not no fantasy bullshit, you know.
Yeah, for real.
You know, I mean, they're scary issues, man, because they're about life, man. We're not out here singing fantasy songs about Satan and all the bullshit, which I love shit too. Like, you know, I love my black metal and death metal too, you know. You know, we like, you know, it's like some voodoo songs, like, you know, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah,
I'm listening to a few of the songs lately, and I'm like, goddamn, bro, the fuck, man.
Do you remember? Paris's contributions. Do you remember anything that he contributed that changed the songs overall?
I don't
specifically.
I don't really see. I can see him helping Anthony. I remember with him with as far as the songs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the demos existed. We've
songs,
heard them.
I mean, the songs didn't really change. When they're pretty much the way we went in there with them. There were some things that were like smarter things to do that he did help out. I mean, he is a good guitar dude, and he knows the shit. And I think he did help Anthony a lot with the solos, because Anthony wanted to do a couple of little weird things, and you know. I
think he said there was one part that he played physically.
Yeah, something. I don't remember which though, but I know he said.
I think he might have. There was something. I remember there was something going on in the studio that he might have had to pick up the guitar.
It was The Downfall of Christ, the long...
Yeah.
The long one that's like a minute long that fades out and back in.
And then back in.
I think
I think so, yeah.
I know he
think
helped with setting up the guitars,
Changing strings,
C sharp
constantly.
standard.
C sharp like Carnivore.
Like Carnivore.
We weren't a very easy band to work with, I was probably the easiest one to work with, but, and Vinny too. But, Anthony had some issues. I remember him spazzing out a little bit over shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Tony Jitters?
Yeah, Tony Jitters. And he's getting mad. Why you call me Tony Jitters? Why you call me Jitters? I'm like,
Wild jittering? Yeah. Do you remember your first feeling, the first thought you had hearing the whole record back for the first time?
yeah, I did remember after when we recorded the songs and we heard them they weren't really mixed yet. I was a little bit like, damn, man, I never in my life set out to do any of this, and it's all falling into my hands. Like I never set out to be in a band. I fucked around with music and stuff, but like all this shit just fell in my hands. Like everything just fell into my hands. It was like it was destined to be that.
Yeah.
Like I have a very strong spirituality that I've had these little confrontations with voodoo people that they always try to bring me in, One time in the street, a lady saw me and she told my mom, that's your son. She felt me. She kind of walked and she stopped and started looking around and she's like, she's like, what's... And that was the first time I seen a real Ifa, like a Santeria lady or dressed in white.
Yeah.
She had big glasses and Spanish lady, a lot of beads and stuff. And she was like, oh, she said something that she said, oh, he's powerful. So then when the Rumblers, my boy Ralph, I think might be the main guy now in the Rumblers. His cousin is a big Santera priest, and I went to her place, and she was inside giving a reading. She didn't know I was outside. And he went inside. I saw she had a door that splits in half, the top.
Yeah.
Hopefully I seen her talking to him. He comes out and he goes, yo, she asked me if you were here. Because she knew that I wanted to visit her, right? And he's like, yeah, he's outside. She goes, yo, I felt him. So after she gave me my reading, she wanted me to be a part of her thing. She goes, yo, you had that. We need people like you.
Wow.
But to me, at that age, to learn to be involved in Santeria, you're about 350 people you gotta learn and stuff. Bro, I struggle with Marauder lyrics, Yesterday I lost a whole verse, what the fuck, what was that word again? I couldn't commit like that, but I still practice. I just lost 2 of my bracelets. I don't know if you see me, I will have these 2 bracelets. One has 7 colors and one has red and white. One's 7 African colors, 7 powers, and one's red and white, it's Chango.
Do you have an altar at home?
A small one.
Yeah.
Small one, but I haven't been doing the right thing. I think maybe that's why they broke off.
Gotcha.
Well, actually, my dog was chewing on my fucking
that'll do it.
one.
That'll do it.
He chewed on one. He like, motherfucker, but the other one just broke.
If you don't mind me asking, is that more of a neighborhood thing, or is... Because I know that it's a Cuban thing. I didn't know that was a Puerto Rican thing.
Oh no, Santeria is a Caribbean thing.
Got you.
Santo Domingo, Haiti, Cuba. It's strong in Haiti. They don't fuck around. They got zombies over there. They got people that apparently they in trances and they got them doing labor. If you look it up, there's documented stuff on that. And they sell like a thing over there that people that they could.
Resurrect?
Not
Just
resurrect.
control you?
But I think it's make you seem like you were dead, but you're it's a very weird thing. You gotta look it up.
It's from James Bond.
It's voodoo shit. That you might even find it in some movies. I think they might have did something like that in The Believers.
Okay.
With Martin Sheen, right? The father of the...
Yeah, Martin Sheen. Charlie Sheen's dad.
Martin Sheen, right?
Yeah.
I think it was him in that movie. That was the only time I saw a movie about Santeria. Wow, that's cool.
Remember Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves? There was the guy, and I know it was a thing. It was a guy from New York who had a goat's head with the tongue.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes. That's Santeria. Yeah,
that was based on a real case too.
But Santeria is not really a religion or anything, and and it's not really. I mean, they have have different versions of it,
Yeah.
you know. The piritita, which is not really that hardcore. Then they have the palos, the paleros, that they controlling spirits. So like they get them to do shit, you know. So it gets spooky at times, you know.
Whose idea was it to change life is pain to life is fucking pain?
Oh, I don't know.
Was that you or Paris?
Yeah, it had to be one of or Vinny, I guess.
Oh, I couldn't tell you that. That's fucking hard.
It just fit better.
It just, yeah.
Yeah, it was a syllable missing, maybe two.
It might have just been, I just floated.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you ever still change the lyrics of Your Mirror Shows Black to Your Mother Smokes Crack?
I did it yesterday.
You did it?
Just
Did you?
once.
Okay.
Just once. I didn't do it the
Your
whole
mother
time.
smokes crack. It hits, man.
I know we already talked about it, I know, and I apologize. But I want you to know that the secondary breakdown in Time Ends, which I know we already talked about, where you hit the is one of my most favorite heavy moments in music, period.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Was that suggested, or did you just say fuck it, I'm gonna try something? You remember anything about that?
I don't know. I think I was just doing it.
Just felt it.
Well, the album starts with an iconic yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Whose note was yeah? Where did yeah come from, Jorge? Who got you into yeah?
From the Metallica guy, the singer, James Heffer.
from
Yeah.
Heffer.
You're doing yeah in your own way.
Perfect answer.
Wow.
No,
Outstanding answer.
I don't know, bro. We were just letting it flow. You know?
Did you feel like you made a timeless classic album?
Not till like halfway down the Marauder path.
Okay.
Not until like after like 20 years,
post-Bluetality.
15
Oh,
years.
oh, wow. Okay.
I didn't really, you know, and then having different people play in the band and the line, I never even thought the Marauder music was tough at all. And my guitar was like, yo, it's not easy, bro.
It's not easy.
And he goes, you know, and
A lot of them have played it wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be watching. I'll be like, he didn't do that.
Yeah, like
the-
Pito played them all wrong. The dude, yeah.
The triplets, Downfall of Christ.
That's
That's long. It's a long time.
So go
to be
easy
doing
on
that.
them.
Yeah.
They're hard songs.
I don't play, so I'm like, you know, so now I'm like learning the beginning of Life is Pain. I'm fucking struggling like a motherfucker. I'm like, fuck.
Just that, yeah. Do you recall the reaction to the album at the time from your peers or just from fans
What
of
was
the
it?
band?
94?
96?
6?
30 years.
Right.
The reaction.
Yeah. How did people react to it? It's not
I mean,
quite
there was-
hardcore, it's
it
not
was-
quite metal.
Yeah.
I mean, the reaction, I actually, you know, it was great. It was not what I expected too. I didn't, you know, I never really thought highly of myself in anything I did, you know, and I just thought, you know, I saw so many, I have so many friends in bands and they would all put out demos and records. Nobody, you know,
Sure, yeah.
you know, and I guess I still had that hardcore attitude, outlook on things. Oh, we just do it for the glory type of thing, or just for fun or whatever, shits and giggles, you know, whatever the fuck. But it became a lot more than that, and I didn't realize that until 20 years later, like in my career. It really took a while for it to hit me, and I was like, wow, you know, I'm like, you know.
I mean, these 10 songs that were written before you joined the band would go on to define your life as an artist.
Yeah, you know.
Pretty
And I
insane.
owe it to Sob, man.
Yeah.
You know, okay, because if he didn't stop me that
He
day, he
stopped
could have
you,
just
yeah.
said, "Yo, Jorge, what up?" and not have to say anything about the band.
Yeah.
He could have gone with somebody else, you know. But everything happens for a reason, bro.
Yeah.
And I really believe that.
I heard a story, I don't remember who told me this, that after Eddie did the demo, when after you had left the band briefly, and Eddie Leeway did did his version, his demo, that you would listen to it and you were like psyched on it.
Yeah.
You thought it was cool.
Yeah, man. I went to that show and everything. I was going crazy.
awesome. That's awesome.
You know.
Let's
Yeah.
get there. So, Five Deadly Venoms. The recording that we hear today was meant to be pre-production. Is that true? Those were demos?
Well, we thought it was meant to be pre-production, you know, and
What happened?
and that's the way it was getting talked, you know. And I don't know. I think Anthony might have pissed off Century Media to the point, you know. I mean, things weren't right, but that wasn't the way to go about them. And at one point, I told Anthony, "Yo, stop harassing them, bro. Let's do it the right way, you know. But stop fucking calling them up and like." I know Anthony was causing. He was just Anthony, you know.
Okay.
And I kind of felt like, man, they did that to to get back at us because they had
They just put it out.
Well, what did they?
You know?
So even your
Or maybe
recorded
there was
vocals.
just misunderstanding. I mean, nothing was really clear, you know. So, you know, I mean,
So you go into this session as a band to pre-produce these songs.
yeah.
They do this full session. Do you record vocals before leaving the band?
Before what?
Before leaving the band?
The band?
Yeah.
Um,
Because the Leeway demo exists because those songs were abandoned at one point, and we're going to be taken to be this new band, the Brooklyn Queens Expression, right? The BQE.
man.
So did you record vocals with the intention of them being pre-production, or did you record vocals once you came back to the band
Right.
to
I'm
put it
trying
out?
to remember if
Because they sound
They sound great.
like a final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing, I mean, the beautiful melodies and Find My Way. That was a demo? Or
Yeah.
we're, okay.
Wow.
You did good.
But I wasn't, you know, I sang that very unconfident.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't relaxed when I sang it. I wasn't sure, and I don't feel like I worked on it enough.
Okay.
But either way, you're thinking this is a demo. It's good enough.
Yeah,
kind of
I
a thing.
figured, you know,
We'll come back to
exactly.
it,
So
yeah.
I figured, you know, by the time it did the recording, we'd have it a little bit better, you know, just for them to more reference, you know, the demo.
Yeah.
And I didn't happen that way, but I mean, I sing it better now than I'm
great.
relaxed.
Very glad you played it.
you know?
That,
Yeah,
that
that
was
was cool.
awesome. I've never
Yesterday
seen.
was the worst part. The singing part was probably the worst I sang it because I was fucking screaming all the whole night. By the time I got up there, I lost my singing part voice. I was like, shit, man, fucking struggling, but
I've
whatever.
seen Merauder a few times. I've never seen you play that song. So that was very
Awesome.
happy.
Thank you.
So you got this pre-production that turns into Five Deadly Venoms. Why do you leave the band before it comes out? Because you joined El Nino in 1998.
Because of that the drummer situation.
Sure.
I gotcha.
Because of that situation. I don't even
Yeah,
want to
but then
mention it
Pokey's-
because it's like,
Sure.
All good.
You know.
We got it.
And I'm doing him a favor by
Yeah,
not
yeah, no,
mentioning
no,
it.
sure,
you know,
sure,
so I'm like, you know.
But then Pokey plays on Five Deadly Venoms, right?
Did Pokey play on
I don't know.
Five Deadly Venoms?
You tell me.
Yes.
Okay.
He did play.
So then you still feel the need to leave just because it just doesn't feel right anymore?
No.
Or is it that El Nino, you wanted to do this
I-
El Nino thing?
So wait, did I come back? I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the 99 record. Yes.
Okay.
That was 99.
So, but it's recorded long before 99.
Right.
And you joined El Nino in 98. So how does that timeline work?
I don't remember how that happened.
Because they think you're out. They're like, okay, well, we got to get rid of his vocals, and this is a new band,
Yeah.
which is why the Eddie demo
I see.
exists.
See.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh
wondering.
yeah, it was
wondering
after
why.
the recording.
Yeah.
It was after the recording, and it was that little incident that you know, and then I just couldn't hang around with that. You
Okay.
know? And then you know Dave Chavarri, I knew Dave Chavarri, and we started doing the El Nino thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mark Rizzo was in that in the beginning. Mark Rizzo was, you know,
He played
playing-
guitar for you last night.
Yeah,
He killed it.
yeah. I love how he shakes his head.
Dude,
tried
I don't know, no disrespect to any of the other guys. That was every solo was there. Great job in there. Every solo was like album quality, which was
Yeah,
It was nice to
See,
see.
yeah.
Well, every time you speak to Mark, what is he doing?
shredding, is he? Is he warming up his scale?
I talk to him on the phone. I hear. I'm like, are you playing and talking at the same? He's like, yeah. I'm like, fucking dude.
So you liked the Eddie version of the Five Deadly Venoms song?
Yeah, they were great.
Wow.
Yeah, but Eddie's great, man.
Yeah.
No matter what Eddie does, it was always great, man. I mean, my favorite Leeway record is the Open Mouth Kiss.
Respect.
It's the one that everybody was like, and I just saw them mature. I saw them doing something different, and Eddie's being of one thing and transitioning into something else. So it had a little bit more soul and feel. I'm like, yo, this is great. This is right up their alley. I didn't see anything going off about that.
agreed, yeah.
I'm like, they're growing up. you know, after a while of playing music, you're not just like a hardcore kid. You become a musician, bro.
Yeah, of course.
And you have passion and love for other shit. You might want to try other shit out, and you know. So I that open mouth kiss I thought was great, and I thought I didn't get the respect that it should have gotten, you know. And I'm like, but I thought it was a great record, man. And it's a hard record to hear. After Eddie passed, you know, and after Sob passed, I was listening to that album, and I couldn't sit through it. Yeah, it was rough. His lyrics, and I could hear the pain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then we lost Puerto Rican Mike. You know, it's like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, what's left? There's not really left in New York anymore, you know?
But the art that you guys make and you leave for us to discover, it keeps your memories alive.
Well, yeah, that's why, you know, Sob told me years before anything, he goes, yo, it was weird that he said it like that too. He goes, yo, no matter what happens. He said, no matter what happens. Like, what do you mean, no matter what happens? You know? He goes, no matter what happens, you got to keep Merauder going. It's like, you know, it's like a gang, you know, we got to keep the gang going. I'm like, all right. I don't know what the fuck you mean by no matter what happens. And then, you know, shit happens, you know.
Merauder toured Europe at least one time with Kickback.
Oh, yeah. Like my brother.
You have any fond memories from those tours? Because one of my favorite little clips of all time is
Steven joining.
Is Steven getting on stage and doing the end of Master Killer, and then Sob stage dives, and then you're skanking.
Well, you know what?
That's one of the
fucking
coolest.
the dude from Regulator. He was
Seb?
Regulate?
This was Spanish kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sebastian.
He was like, showed me that video today. He goes, yo, this is like he was just going off on that. He was like, yo, bro,
It's the best.
It's one of the coolest
and
things.
I'm like, I don't even fucking know what you're talking about. And then he showed it to me. I'm like, oh, I remember that show. Like, I was pretty drunk on that fucking stage, man. We weren't supposed to headline that show.
Who was?
Murphy's Law.
Oh, wow.
And I was drinking, and I figured, we're going to go on soon, so I'm not going to get too plastered, you know. No, we ended up going on last, and I was fucking drunk up there, bro. But it was the best show. We had a
Made
blast,
for a great video.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Any other fond tour memories from early Merauder or with Sob? Like Master Killer Europe tour, what's that like?
Well, I mean, the first tour, we were like rock stars on our very first tour. I mean, we played with this band called the Berza Uncles. They're not a metal band or anything, like a German rock and roll band.
Okay.
They have their issues, you know. They're at war with another band called Totenhausen, that punk band. You know, one's like, you know, claiming to be the PC one, the other one, they say the right-wing one. But, I mean, they had I don't know much about them guys, you know. They have a band. I know that they had issues with the singer, because the singer, you know, you see it. And they're not trying to promote that imagery. They don't want that imagery. I mean, listen, bro, I don't blame people for being products of their environment, bro. Yeah. And if that was what's going on back then in those days in the streets, and you were street kids, and that's what, I mean, we were no better. You know, just because we were black and Latino, we weren't Nazis, but we weren't letting white people live in peace in a neighborhood like that. You know, that was really rough. You know, if you were driving by, got lost in the neighborhood, it could have been bad. You know, we could have made life hell. But if you were white and you lived in the neighborhood, you were one of us.
Okay.
You was treated no different, and you was getting no privilege, you nothing. Yeah. And you were getting treated just like everybody else in the hood. You were just seen like anybody else. You know, you're not financial bracket range. You're one of us, bro. You fucked. You know, like
When did you audition for Sepultura?
that was in
97, 98-ish or something? 99, whenever Max left,
Whenever
right?
Max left, yeah.
Yeah, it was 99. It was definitely 99. That was weird because I knew nothing of that. I was
But you liked them, right?
yeah, I was a big fan of them and stuff like that, and they were doing their whole MTV thing, but back then I was doing my, you know, with this girl and doing the kickboxing thing and the bike messenger. Well, not the bike, I was riding bike weed, but delivering weed, whatever. But I would go to places and I wasn't really hanging out much, But I always made appearances at clubs, at shows, and people were yelling stuff at me about Sepultura. Like, oh, it's Sepultura. I'm like, fuck you me. I'm a Merauder, motherfucker. Yeah. You know, I was doing El Nino at that time, you know. And yeah, I mean, people coming up to me saying, yo, what's up with Merauder? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So eventually it got back to the dudes in Sepultura. And they might even said something in Brazil to them. So they contact Borvoy. You remember Borvoy from Century Media? He used to be an A&R guy for Century Media,
okay.
Borvoy. He called me and put me on a three-way with Andreas. Now, I mean, I was a fan of Sepultura before they were even really famous.
Yeah.
And nobody knew who they were over here. So like a couple years later, people, you know, we dropping the name, nobody who knew who they were. And I knew this girl who brought them for the first time here. And I met them for the first time, you know, when they came, you know, when they came. And it was Davey Cutler, my boy. They put me and this kid Davey on all their shows. I even saved Max at Sepultura and Merciful Face show and Roseland, I think they played. In Manhattan, yeah. Because, yo, Max was fucking drunk as shit. He's walking through the crowd, bumping into people. Then he bumps into my old skinhead crew, Sunset Skins. And why'd he do that for? Because my crew was rough, man. It was rough if you was a metalhead. And, you know, and the only thing that saved Max, I'm saying, yo, he's Brazilian, bro, he's Latino. And they're like, oh, where? I'm like, yeah, he sings in that band. They're like, oh, okay. Because he bumped into one of the twins and they turned around like, what the fuck? You know? And then I saw all the rest of the dudes get up like, you know, they all look like a bunch of meerkats, you know, in some danger. They all started looking in one direction. And I was like, yo, hold up. I was like, yo, chill. Like, yo, he's Latino, bro. He's like, all right. They gave him a pass. And, you know, little did he know, he kept on running to the club all drunk and belligerent, like, making a mess of a fool of himself. I mean, whatever. He was enjoying himself.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
So they got you on the three-way call and invited you to try out?
they invited him. Well, he told me he didn't remember me. Like, yeah, I barely. I'm like, oh, damn, I'm the first motherfucker you met when you got. I was like, the skinhead dude, you don't remember? Anyway, so yeah, I flew out there, did the 10 days. Things were going actually really well. Things were going really well. I thought I had it in the bag. You know, people were showing up. The 2 or 3 rehearsals and more people there. I wrote lyrics to that whole fucking record or whatever the fuck, and things are going well. And I'm hanging out with Max and the guys, and we talking. And they're saying, we get into a conversation, and he says, you know, you sound not Max. Sorry,
Igor.
What's his name? The guitar. Andreas.
Yeah, Andreas. Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Andreas. Andreas goes, you know, you sound like Phil. I'm like, Phil? He goes, yeah, Phil Insomno. I'm like, bro, we don't really sound like each other. I mean, you know, and I've said, if anybody sounds like anybody, he sounds like me. I don't sound like him. He's in my house.
That's right.
I was born here. I'm not the visitor coming into here. You know, I didn't discover I was born in this motherfucking music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came up from the fucking hardcore scene into this shit. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't a hair metal guy, you know, or wasn't a fucking, you know, a techno or a new wave guy. And you know, I came from that. So, and then I've heard a lot of rumors about him being a little like obnoxious and this, that, and you know, I didn't want to say much, but I just basically said, yo, he sounds like, if anybody sounds like anybody, sounds like me. This is my scene, and you know, and I heard about how he is and shit. Like, I'm like, if you ever disrespect me, I said, I don't give a fuck how big he is. I'll check him. I gotta check him. Ain't no man gonna disrespect another man. And if you consider yourself a man, you ain't got nobody disrespect you. Especially on some music shit. Like, really, man, we ain't even on some street shit. I would have been stabbed you, motherfucker. You know, all I said was, you know, if he ever disrespect me, because I've heard shit, you know, I'd check him. Then next day they were like, you're not what we're looking for. You almost cried in his face. Like, I felt, I couldn't even deal with it that night. Yeah. Like, I had to stay in this lady's house that they knew, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do with myself. Like, I felt like I fucked up. And I didn't even do anything wrong.
Right.
And have you ever faced rejection like that? Artistically, ever?
Artistically, no.
Yeah.
No, really. I've always been a pretty artistic person with drawing and art and stuff, and it's always one way with me. Like I never, even when I was a kid and when I went to Puerto Rico for the first time and I knew graffiti and breakdancing, I taught them breakdance. I didn't want nothing from them. I taught them, and then I would, people make trucker hats with graffiti on it. I was doing that in 80, 81. I was doing little graffiti pieces. There used to be a cartoon called The Snorks. With the little tubes, and I used to draw snork characters, like graffiti snork characters, and make trucker hats with graffiti for kids and just give them away. I buy all these pens and stuff, make my father buy me shit. And I never really wanted anything from my artistic ability. I just wanted to always make people happy, like, yo, you like it? Shit. If you don't got nothing, I got $1, and it's the only dollar I got, but you ain't got shit, I'll give you my fucking $1. Yeah, you ain't got nothing, fuck it, take it. I'll get another one.
Right.
But
so this is the first time.
But this is like the first time, I'm being rejected by girls, that was nothing, fuck,
But that's over with.
We got two options, Well, we got Festina and Palmetto. But that was the first time, and it really fucked me up. Came back to New York and I struggled with it. That's where all my downfall came from. The stuff that I used to deal, that I sat home doing. I was miserable, depressed. I thought that was my only opportunity in life to become somebody, and I ruined it. And I don't even know what I did.
Yeah.
And Lou, sick of it all, Lou, called me up one time. I remember telling me that, I know the real reason why they didn't pick you. Because I know they told you what we're looking for, but it was because the whole Phil Anselmo thing. I'm like, really? And did they ever really play with Pantera after that? I never saw them play with Pantera again. Like, they didn't do anything. They went in cross path. And I didn't do anything that, why would I? It's like it's almost like they're trying to unmask, take away my masculinity. Like, if a man disrespects you, I gotta let him know. Like, it's nothing abnormal about that.
But can you see?
I'm not saying that I'm gonna fucking beat him up, I'll just let him know. Say, yo, bro, you're not gonna, because in order to stop that shit, you gotta nip that shit right in the butt, man.
Sure.
So you were saying, like, oh, Phil, I don't really sound like him, but I've heard he's annoying. If that was ever an issue with me, though, I would let him know.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
right?
I wasn't really.
But do you look back and see Andreas maybe just being like, oh, do you think he meant it in a derogatory way?
No. I think he was just trying to be cool. And, they're nice guys, man.
Yeah.
And but I think my personality was too much for them. And I was calm there, and I didn't do anything. I just hung out, just sat in the cut, and laid back. They didn't see me in my wildness at all, So I don't know why they thought that was a threat to them.
Yeah.
And you would want somebody like with my energy and up front,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought Derek is a good dude, but he just didn't possess that. And I saw when Sepultura came to New York for the first time with him, people were leaving after every song. And the crowd getting smaller and smaller. They didn't sound bad. It just wasn't like that,
Yeah.
It was very just still, kind of Derek just with his tapping his foot. I'm like, nigga, you tapping your feet, but don't fucking dress like that. I be swinging motherfucker. I be doing like an HR, you know what I'm saying? But, and which is weird for me because you out there screaming, man. How do you not want to go crazy? If I'm yelling, my body's got to go with it. If my mind's going out of control, my body and my mouth, all three are moving at the same time,
Sure. Yeah, I've seen it.
But I would figure if you're a front man, you would need some type of stage presence. There's a lot of great people up there who sing and stuff. A lot of great singers up there, and they're great. Yeah. They do, but you're still playing live. You're not recording or doing demos, bro. You got to do a little more for these kids. Eddie Leeway used to fucking do flip.
Oh, he was one of a kind. He's on stage with a
gun.
gun.
Used to jump over drums and do somersault flips. I'm not saying you got to do that.
Yeah.
Look at Gingy from fucking Absolution. He was a fucking nut. He was another HR flying, doing fucking spin. Everybody had their own way. Look at Paul Bearer. He wasn't acrobatic.
He can chill, but he had the
But he had that
swag.
person with the crowd arguing with the crowd. He had that. He had that. He was like cut out for that. He was
commanding.
You know, he was commanding, and
yeah.
everybody had their own fucking thing, and which just changed because in the '80s, being a frontman, your job was to be annoying and to be confrontational with the crowd.
Sure.
There was a lot of that, and it was all part of the show, Because like, yeah, fuck you, yeah, and meanwhile they were there for you anyway, But now you can't even do that. Motherfuckers go home crying. They can call fucking the cops on you or some shit like, oh, you fuck. No, but
How soon after this, because I don't actually know, was the Ragben demo?
That would have been 2005, 4 or 5.
So a bit later.
That was after Bluetality, I think.
It was.
that was after Bluetality.
Okay, we can wait. We
Yeah.
need to get
Let's
that.
talk Bluetality.
Wow.
Who was on that one?
Man, Sob is not on that record.
What was that like to do something with Merauder without him for the first time?
Sob was well, it was just me and Anthony at that time. Actually, wait a minute. You said Bluetality? That's with man, yeah. Okay, so that was rough, man. We went in there.
No Warning, great song.
Yeah, man, but
41 Shots, great song.
We
Agreed.
we were unprepared.
Sure.
Okay.
We were unprepared. Anthony had like 4 songs that were 80% done, like 90% done, and then we had 2 other songs that were like shaky, and then Century Media hit us up saying, yo, you gotta go record this record. And we're like, oh shit. We didn't write anything. So we took like 1 week off the recording where we were supposed to be there, and we took it just for writing. And Billy Milano, I think, helped out a lot because we were pressed with time. But he didn't, it was, I'm gonna say 75, 80% Marauder with the help of Billy.
Okay.
And it was good to have him there because he did help us. But there could have been a lot more to that record.
Yeah.
Those songs seemed like they weren't really finished.
Yeah.
And Anthony rushed through them, and it was a very weird vibe, Sob showed up to the studio, and because he didn't practice any of the songs, he wasn't hanging out and showing up to rehearsals. He wanted nothing to do with the record, and said, I'm gonna go and bounce, And it was strange doing that record, it was a weird time. Everybody was in a weird situation.
Yeah.
I think Anthony might have been like getting deeper into shit.
Yeah.
And I'm in, which I don't think anybody was doing really good at that time, but we made the record happen. But I don't think that record should have happened.
Okay, interesting.
At that, I think it
You just needed more time. You needed to cook
needed
longer.
more time, and we needed to fix
Maybe
some
needed
loose
Sob
ends.
as part of it,
sure.
It definitely did need it Sob, and it was just, we lost track of time. We weren't really, we were being irresponsible, and we lost track of time, and we didn't prepare for the record,
Okay.
and we made what we had work.
And how do you look back at it now?
I barely listened to that record.
Okay. No Warning, good. It's
Good song.
It's a good song, but I
41 Shots, good song.
it's a good song. Yeah, it's a good song. But I feel like I don't really like the production wise. It's too metallic.
There's
like
an interesting thing I've
it's
noticed
done
on it.
digital.
There's a lot of,
Oh.
almost every other song starts with a boom, bam, dun, dun, boom, dun, 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 boom, dun, dun, dun. There's a lot of boom to start the songs, which is definitely like okay, we got it. We're writing it in the studio as we go. type
Which
thing.
is also Find My Way.
Yeah, but that,
I'm just
that
saying.
shit
We started to do it differently. We started to do it with I think we did it different at Detroit. It was we added like an extra measure on guitar in the beginning, so it's just guitar.
Yeah. And then you come in.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
I see. Cool.
So I think
That's
I think
cool.
we started, but I don't think we did that yesterday.
No, you just went right into it.
we
Which was,
didn't-
it's
we
fun.
definitely
It's a
didn't
great
do that
song.
yesterday. It didn't happen.
Great record. Yeah, how do you look back at Five Deadly Venoms? It has such a complicated timeline.
Yeah.
It was a whole other band for a little while. You were out of the band. How do you look back at it now?
That was the demo, right?
Yeah.
I love that record. I wish we could redo that, man.
You finally did Final War. What was that like? Bringing Final War back.
And the cover.
Yeah, and the cover.
Yeah, Final War. Well, Final War it was supposed to have been. We were gonna do it for the first record,
Right.
but they were stuck on this idea. We're like, we gotta have a 10. It can't be an odd number. Or I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, I guess they wanted to lay it out. Nice 5 songs here, 5 songs there. I'm like, which, whatever. Doesn't really matter anymore, that shit, but I didn't make the first record, so I guess they put it on the. They put it on.
And it was a nice thing to have in the tank for
that song is written by Chris, Karate Chris.
Karate Chris wrote
the guy who created All Out War.
What are your thoughts on every Merauder shirt from 1991 to maybe 99 selling for $500 or more now? Brutal, right?
It's crazy, right?
Yo, I got a whole bunch of old shirts, man. Like,
Really?
I got hit with a $3,200 plumbing bill. Oh, sorry, is that one?
That's you.
That's me. Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
He's got a $3,200 plumbing bill. He's got old shirts.
I see 3 cameras.
You can send them to me first, and then we'll figure something out. We'll figure something
But
out.
wow, I mean, some of them are cool, man.
They were all cool.
Yeah.
All the Master Killer era shit is crazy.
Well, this was long ago. This is long ago. Somebody saw this actually. The last album, the lineup, Darian, that played in the band, he said that the only shirt that had my face on the back was a green, like
the green Fear of Sin long
fear,
sleeve.
and it was a misprint because it said Fear No Sin.
Oh, wow.
It was supposed to say Fear of Sin.
You said the only shirt that had your face on it?
Yeah.
I got tons of shirt with your face on it.
Really?
Oh yeah. All the Master Killer
With the picture?
with the you guys.
Oh no, but that was the
upstairs.
only one that had me like with a microphone.
Oh, with a microphone,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I live with
The
you
rest
by
of the
myself.
promo picture, yeah.
You know, so, and he said like, yo, bro, that shit was going for like $400, and that was back in the day.
No,
like,
that's $1,000 shirt.
It's crazy, man.
wow, what the fuck?
I know.
Shit,
Partially
man.
our fault.
Yeah, sorry, man. That's on me. So, Bluetality's done. You're disappointed in it. Ragmen is right around the corner. Tell us about making this Ragmen record.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty cool. I love the Sepultura. There's a song on there that was one of those songs that I couldn't sing either. The Obstacle song.
Oh, yeah.
That song is all about my life, and it was just letting people know that, like, because it's that whole when kids meet you. It's like you, the younger generation. I mean, I kind of felt like people thought that we were like living this amazing life. Because I'm like, well, when I go back home from a tour, I gotta go work, and I got the same problem that everybody else. It's probably even worse for us because we went and did all this great shit. And now we gotta come back to this bullshit reality, And I'm like, yo, we bleed just as much as anybody else. And that song was about like, yo, like, I go through daily suffering. You don't understand. Just because you think you see us on stage and doing all this shit, like. Once we get off, we're back and grinding and doing we're back with everybody else.
100%.
Like just because we do music doesn't mean like our lives have gotten better.
No.
It's gotten more fun. And we do a job that people, I mean, not for nothing, man. Being a rocket science is all fuck all that bullshit. Do what we do.
Yeah.
Nobody gets to bro. No schooling, no nothing. This is all from the heart. And we reach more people, and we do for more than than mainstream world does.
100%.
Like it's crazy, and I didn't realize that till years and years and years later, man. I'm like, wow, what the fuck? And then when my son started doing music, I'm like, holy shit, he's like, this is nuts, it really changed my life, man. It was for the best and for the worst, but this is a scene where we're taught to be warriors, man.
That's right.
And you don't fall in the scene and stay down.
Yeah.
And you got us. You got all of us. I tell these kids, even if you don't know us and you love the band and you don't know us and you having some issues, hit me up, bro. Got social media, hit me up. Say, I want to talk to you. Holla at me, bro. Ain't nothing you gonna tell me that I haven't heard, bro.
That's what it's all about.
On the Ragmen record,
Yeah.
There's a song called "It's My World" or "My World."
That's my fucking hip hop song. Yeah.
That song is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
I remember it was on the demo too, and I just remember it fucking my brain up.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. But the Sepultura cover.
Yeah, that's you like finishing the story. kinda.
Exactly, and because I remember when I
yeah.
heard it, we had heard the rumors. Oh yeah, Jorge, he went and tried out for Sepultura. You know, like we heard it.
And I went in there with a blown voice because we shouldn't have. Sorry, we shouldn't have rehearsed, man, like for 5-6 hours before that shit, man.
Because you were
Yeah, so I went in there with a hoarse voice, man, and I was kind of bummed out. I'm like, yo, I really want to do this good, man. I'm already suffering from the throat, but I mean, it worked out. It is what it is. I'm not gonna complain about it. It shit happens for a reason, you know. But I mean, it was a good record. It was a cool record, man. Obstacles was one of those songs that I couldn't sing live. I had to turn my back to the crowd. I used to choke up.
Yeah.
One of the lyrics are deep, and it's probably one of the deepest shit I ever wrote, you know, and like really personal and stuff like that. I try not to reflect my life. I try to talk in general and have kids take the song for what they ever fucking want it for, you know, and use it for what you want to do and what you want to represent. But that song, I kind of got a little personal on it.
Yeah, that's fair. After Ragman, you did a demo for a new band called God Is I. Because it was not technically.
Oh yes.
God Is I wasn't Merauder first. It was God Is I first.
I had that music on here.
It's good. It was on MySpace. I remember downloading it.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
It's
then
different.
shortly, it was different. Shortly after that, Merauder would put the song "Until" up on MySpace. And it was the first Merauder song post Bluetality.
I love that
I
song.
remember sitting with my brother, putting it on, and being like, "Yo, there's new Merauder. This is crazy."
Yeah, that last record was great. It's my favorite record.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because only because
Were you more involved?
exactly.
Yeah.
I was more involved, and I was able to sing it the way I wanted to sing it.
Got you.
You know, I was using my voice, like what I always wanted to do on the other records. You know, because of circumstances, things never really worked out, but things fell into place on that record.
Yeah.
We were in the right place. We were in the right state of mind. We were like, and it worked out.
And who played on it?
Darian, Pollock. Darian Pollock, he's the tech now for Machine Head.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Guitar? Is he the one shredding?
Yeah. And then we had this dude, Dave. I forgot Dave's last name. Shit. Dave also on the guitar.
Okay.
Pretty dope kid. He was a pretty cool dude too. Then we had Drew Schmurden on bass. Drew. And drums was Bobby Blood.
Yeah. First Blood.
I think one of the fucking best drummers I ever had. My 3 top drummers in Merauder was I'm gonna say Bobby Blood, Pokey,
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
and Goat.
Who was Goat?
Goat played with us for a while too. Goat. He used to play in Murphy's Law. He played
Goat?
in Misfits.
Oh my God.
Eric. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Eric was good.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
When did God Is I come out? 2000.
I mean, I think it formally came out in 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
But you announced it on MySpace. I vividly remember this. You announced it. It was originally called Gangsta. That was the original title for the album. You announced it in a MySpace bulletin. You said, "Yo," probably. "New Merauder out soon. It's called Gangsta." Until out now. Then you put up Ratcatcher. And then you put up, what's the other one? Built on Blood.
Yeah.
Those were the first 3 singles. And I think they're
really metal-y, that record, man.
very metal.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing the Built on Blood breakdown and being like, they've done it. they've resurrected Merauder. But until I'll never forget that feeling, because that was the first Merauder record that came out while I was like a cognizant being. You know?
Right.
Like I remember I was very actively playing music, and it was like, okay, Master Killer is my favorite thing ever, and this band just put out this song, and it's unbelievable. Tell me a little bit more about God Is I, aka Gangsta, and putting that together. Do you feel so? That's your favorite Merauder record today?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, even when we demoed those songs, with those 3 songs when it came out together, I was like really involved in that, bro. I went upstate. Darian had a house. He had a tiny little miniature house, man. It was like a little apartment upstairs in it was a little tiny house. It was so cool. I'm like, yo, this is awesome. But he had a studio in there, and bro, I just went on over every riff. I mean, he wrote most of the stuff, and I actually helped with a lot of the arrangements of the songs because he was hearing, he's like, yo, I got a dope riff for a chorus. And I'm like, no, that's a verse. I could see a verse on that.
I can see myself singing.
So we did a lot of switching, but we did go over every motherfucking song and every fucking part. And I was just like, I wanted to have input as a singer, as a musician, but I didn't want to get in the way of the process. But I hear shit and I'll hum something out and they're like, oh, we're like this, and So I've been humming a lot. I got a whole
notes app, I
got a whole fucking bunch of hums of riffs.
Wow, that's history.
So, well, we're probably gonna. I got one that's really good.
Release the hums.
The guys like it. They're like, yo, I hummed this the other day, and they're like, yo, I like that.
Cool.
So they're probably gonna use it.
Okay.
It's more like a chorus part, but
Around this time,
but we're putting shit together.
Good.
Around this time when you're touring on the record, you did a support tour for The Haunted.
Oh yeah.
You played somewhere in central Illinois. It wasn't in Chicago. I live in Chicago, but it was somewhere in central Illinois. And I drove there. I walked in. You guys were already playing. I was a little late. You were playing. You were doing the thing where you go from Mass to End of Mass Killer into Time Ends, right? Like right away. I'm walking in right at that point. There's one person moshing. One dude at this time.
Yeah.
And I walk in. I immediately start moshing. Me and this, it's a huge fucking room.
Yeah.
Me and this one guy clobber each other. Just smack dab in it, and I look, and it's my best friend, the singer of my band, James from Harm's Way. And we're the only 2 guys, and we both just are on the
Like of course.
Harm's Way?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's a fond memory I have of this era, and I remember you playing. Do you remember playing, also at this time, it was 2009, you played the Subterranean in Chicago with JJ's Cro-Mags, Death Threat, Marauder, Convicted, and a band called Left Hand Path, all from Chicago. Small room, crazy.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah,
that was like the first like real like proper
that
time.
was a great show.
Seeing Marauder, and that was a very very fun,
sweaty show.
Very sweaty show.
Do you have a favorite show you've played of all time? Or one that comes to mind?
I have. I'm gonna say the Dynamo Festival.
Oh, fuck.
The very first time Marauder played the Dynamo Festival.
How many people were watching?
That was like a 180,000 type of fucking thing. It was like, it was crazy. From what I heard, and it was never that big ever again after that.
Yeah.
But it was. I don't know. It was a ridiculous amount of people, and that was the very first time because we did do a festival right before that. I mean, it was a Birds of Uncle show,
Right.
but there was like a little coliseum, and I did, but it wasn't our show.
Sure.
It was their show, and they're their crowd, and they're not really. It's like 80% of them are not really hardcore kids, and some maybe less, but yeah, I would have to say the Dynamo because it was my very first time really seeing it on a big level. Like that. I mean, we did the Milwaukee Metal Fest, but that was nothing compared to like
That's
we did.
indoors.
It's nothing. That was like holy shit. The first time I'm like holy,
You'll probably know there's a video of them playing, I think, Wetlands, and Minus also sings, and you guys
you both
That's
sing.
all.
How
both
often did that
sing.
happen?
That was Wetlands. Wow, I love that club, man. I used to
And
work
then
there.
You do one of the best moves where Minus doesn't sing and you use both mics. You just use 2 mics.
Yeah.
That's the coolest.
How often
James
did
still
Wasn't
does.
Mike MacGyver on bass playing on that stage?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
I think Mike MacGyver from Candida was on bass.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shit, man.
How often did Minus just jump up with you and sing songs?
We don't keep in touch as much anymore.
you.
We haven't seen each other in a long time.
Sure.
I
But
don't
in that-
really
in
know
that
where
era,
he's at right now. We haven't spoken in a while.
Okay.
People grew apart. I mean, I at the end of the day, I never had any hard feelings for him. Never did. Never will. There's a lot of in-between people who've caused all the separation, you know, and I am mad at him for being a dude from my school, from my generation, being one of us, letting them dictate that shit, you know? Like, we was around before these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? We put in the work for these motherfuckers to stick out their chests, you know? So, you know, other than that, I'm, you know, I'm just telling them, come home, bro.
Sure.
You know?
I got you.
We don't need those motherfuckers, you know, but
So
he didn't need them, but whatever.
I was born the same year Marauder started. Isn't that funny to think about?
Don't ever
shit,
say
really?
shit like
It's I know it's a crazy
you should
thing to
not be
say.
talking.
But you know, I'm out here every week singing the gospel of the band. I love the band so much. I love Master Killer so much. I love it all.
I know you guys are you know how many people from all around the world fucking you know the dudes. I'm like I know.
We're your guys.
I gotta
you're
tell
probably, I think you're my number one supporter and fan, brother. I respect it and I appreciate you and love you as a brother for everything you have done, are doing, and continue to do. You know, so
We love
both
doing
of
it.
y'all.
We're happy to do it.
I gotta tell you, in high school, I forgot this. I got a burned CD from a friend. I was already into hardcore. I think Ragman was already out at this time. You know what I mean? So I was already aware of stuff, and I was on the Bridge 9 board and everything. Somebody gave me a burned CD, and there were 2 records on it. One was Age of Quarrel, and one was Master Killer. Age of Quarrel was right what I was looking for. Master Killer at the time was too metal for me. You know, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
1 year later, put it on again, and like ever since, you know. And then discovering that on Five Deadly Venoms you cover Life of My Own, and all, and then finding out that Paris was the producer.
I was friends with Harley and John for years. I'm still friends with both of them. I mean, unfortunately, shit happened between them. I wish it never did, because I think right today, one of the biggest shows, if those 2 motherfuckers jumped on stage together, that would be their biggest fucking payday of their life. And it would be a fucking groundbreaking, and it would make history.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I've seen bands that hate each other go up on stage. They come separately, get up on stage, play together, and you would never know. And just
They get through it.
later.
Yeah.
You know? And I wish they would do that.
Yeah.
You know, I just heard Harley sing some of the old songs.
Yeah, he did a Hard Time.
Yeah, that sounded great. It sounded great.
His voice,
Harley
He's
and
always
John,
had the
they were
voice.
always they both good at what they do, you know. And Harley was always a very soulful person, you know. He had a lot of soul, you know. I mean, look how he plays and fucking moves, you know.
True.
He was one of my favorite bass players ever, you know.
That's
Not
one of the
because he's
greats.
my boy, but he's just one of those entertaining. I fucking love his whole style and persona. But you know, that band did a lot for me. You know, and then between them and the Bad Brains, you know, and my metal background, I was always trying to have that medium. You know, but I also gotta be me because my voice is me. You know, but I always try to keep some of that Bad Brains and Cro-Mag soul and
swagger.
hardcore persona and aggression with my, you know, metal technique and range and all that shit, you know. So I try to put both worlds into it. That's why we kind of have
You're both. You
crowds.
exist
Yeah,
everywhere.
absolutely.
How do you look back at the last 34 years of the band and just where you are now? How does that make you feel, just thinking about that? How far you've come?
You know, I've had mixed emotions throughout the years because of personal reasons, and I always felt like the band. But I mean, you know, fuck all that. You know, like I said before, things happen for a reason, and I can't look back on life with regrets. It's not healthy for anybody. So, but I think I don't know, bro. The last 30, 40 years of my life, I have a life.
Yeah.
I have a life. You know, I grew up. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like this shit fell in my hands. I didn't ask for it. I fell in my hands. But I'm not a. I grew up poor, not with much. So whatever I had, I took care of it. So if you gave me something, I run with it and take care of it as long as I can.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. And I have artwork that I've done on napkins at a restaurant. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll keep, and I still have them. You know, like it's these little things that mean a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just pretty much
And is Sob asking you to keep Merauder alive? Why?
Yeah,
why
that's what that burns in my head every day. Every day. And yeah, man, I just wish he was here with me to carry that torch. I carry the torch.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
The band's gone. There's no Vinny. There's no Anthony. I keep in touch with Rick Lopez. But man, it sucks, man, that I'm all the way down this path and shit happens, man. I wish Anthony and Vinny were still here, and even Rick, But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody finds their own path in life.
Yeah.
And you go.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still cool with them. Yeah. I'm still cool. I don't have no desire to talk to Vinny. I just wish him the best. I wish even my enemies, I wish them the best. If there's a motherfucker out there that I got to knuckle up with, I wish you the best, and I want you always to be 100%. Because the day we meet, you have no excuses. I want you to be on point. I'm gonna be. But I have no choice.
Yeah.
The way the world is going.
Yeah.
I gotta be on point. For anything. I walk out these kids in the street today. They, outside of the hardcore scene. I still live in the hood.
Right.
And I can't. No matter how well I do, I can never really leave the hood. I'm finding myself leaving now because of the winter and all that shit. But other than that, I'm a New York dude. I'm always gonna be a New York dude.
You said you were a guy from the block, a guy from the street before.
Jorge from the block, right? You got Jenny from the block, you got Jorge from the block.
Ladies love Cool J, Cool Jorge.
I wish I would have ran into Jenny when she was on the block, but oh my God, man.
So let's wrap this up here. We're gonna ask you something we ask everybody, and I'm really curious what your answers are. Your top 4 hardcore records of all time.
Hardcore.
Top 4 hardcore records.
I'm gonna say, wow, man, because there's so many, and I don't want to put nobody above anybody and leave anybody out. But guys, I gotta pick 4.
We're making them. It's it's
so
not his fault.
I gotta say, the Bad Brains Rock for Life.
Love it.
That's the one.
Definitely Age of Quarrel from the Cro-Mags. Oh, having a rough time with these next ones. There's so many I want to mention. Even though I don't really even speak to the dude, but that Sheer Terror record, man, really was.
Just can't hate enough.
Just that one record was just, it brought out more of my metal side. Even though there's a hardcore band, but they had that
Celtic
Frost.
Frost.
Had that Celtic Frost sound. Blake, we used to call him Steak Killer because always eat steaks. Blake was the man, bro. A good friend of mine, bro. Great. I haven't seen him in years, and he's still around. Apparently, he's still doing good. So, bless him, man. Bad Brains, Cro-Mags, Sheer Terror, and wow, this is gonna be rough, man.
You got it.
4 is the hardest
4
one.
is the hardest one, but you got it.
It's a toss-up, man. Shit. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna even say them because they only put out one record. They didn't really get that big, but they're very inspirational. I love the record, but I'm gonna go with Blood, Sweat, and Tears because I'm on that record.
Sick of it all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sick of it all.
You're on it?
I'm on the record.
You're in the background?
I'm in. No, I'm on the cover.
Oh.
I'm on the cover like with the fenders in
Yeah.
front. So I got me, Minus, on a whole bunch of fucking people. Kevin Bulldoze was on that cover. Wow, man, a lot of people on that cover that people don't know.
Yeah.
Ginger. Bro, I could swear that Sergio is on that cover too.
Interesting.
Sergio from Deftones. He used to be in Quicksand.
Really?
Yeah.
I could swear he's like with a shirt like this.
Sorry.
Eclectic lineup on there.
But I could. There's so many. I love and you know what, that record was great, and
that's
Lou,
a great answer.
And you know what, and Lou deserves more than what he gets in life, bro. And he definitely don't deserve what he's going through right now.
Right.
So, shout out to Lou, and he was always a good dude to me. He was always a good friend, and him and his brother, the whole Sick of It All crew.
We just had Craig on. It was unbelievable. It's a great episode.
Yeah.
This was also a great episode. Jorge, we cannot thank you enough.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
finally
you guys,
joining
man.
us.
Thank you, man. Seriously, man. Bless you, man.
Thank you.
If there's any closing remarks you'd like to leave the HardLore world with, here's your time.
Hey, man. I know times are rough, man. Never doubt yourself. Don't be your worst enemy, man. Just live life. Be free. Fuck the distractions. Do what pleases you. Live your life. You're only gonna get one chance, brother. Peace.
Well said. Bye, everybody. See you next week. This episode is brought to you by Mad Vintage.